We have seen in the part 3 that how metals and non-metals react with oxygen, whereas metal react with oxygen to form metallic oxides, which further react with water to form metallic hydroxides, which are basic in nature, whereas non-metals react with oxygen to form non-metallic oxides, which are acidic in nature. These non-metallic oxides react with water to form acids. These acids contain non-metal. So let us make a view or a just difference between these metallic oxides or metallic hydroxides and the metals which it contain, and the acids which contain non-metals. See children, in page number 48, table 4.5, I have explained again. So now I am putting a screenshot and reading out for you so that you can understand better, and please note down these in your textbook. You can see the first one in the row, it is given as name of the base, calcium hydroxide. Its molecular formula is Ca, capital C, small a is called calcium. In the bracket you write capital O, capital H taken twice at the bottom. We call it as calcium hydroxide. When you spell calcium hydroxide, you can hear the word calcium. So the calcium hydroxide base contains calcium metal. Next, you can see sodium hydroxide, second one in the base. You write down there sodium hydroxide. It contains metal sodium. Third one is magnesium hydroxide, contains magnesium. MgOH twice. Sodium hydroxide molecular formula is NaOH, capital N, small a, capital OH. Sodium hydroxide. Magnesium hydroxide, capital M, small g, open the bracket, capital O, capital H, close the bracket, taken twice. It contains magnesium. Ferrous hydroxide. See children, ferrous or ferric is the other name for iron. Ferrous hydroxide, FeOH, taken twice, capital F, small e, open the bracket, capital O, capital H, taken twice. It contains iron as the metal. Last one, fifth one is copper hydroxide. Capital C, small u, open the bracket, capital O, capital H, taken twice. Its metal is copper. Children, I am giving you these formulas so that it would be better for your better understanding in the higher standards. Please try to learn the formulas as I have told. Next part, we are going to the next part. Name of the acid and the non-metal present in it. Sulfuric acid. It contains H2SO4. Hydrogen is a non-metal, sulfur is a non-metal, oxygen is a non-metal. So you can say any one of them, and the most common ones are oxygen and hydrogen. So we say sulfur is the non-metal present in sulfuric acid. Where is sulfuric acid? As I told you, sulfuric acid is present in red ants. That is why when it bites, you get a pinching sensation or a burning sensation. Carbonic acid is the next one. Carbonic acid is H2CO3, capital H2, capital CO3. It contains carbon as the non-metal. Carbonic acid is present in soft drinks, aerated waters, soda. Nitric acid, the next one is nitric acid, capital H, capital NO3. It contains nitrogen as the non-metal. Next one is hydrochloric acid, HCl, capital H, capital C, small l. Capital H is the symbol for hydrogen, capital C, small l is the symbol for chlorine. So it contains hydrogen and chlorine. Phosphoric acid. It contains the non-metal as phosphorus. It has the molecular formula capital H 3 times PO4. H3PO4, or that is called as phosphorus acid. That is not there for us. Phosphoric acid is H3PO3. So, the name of the product in the reaction of sulfur and oxygen is sulfur dioxide, as we have seen. Now, recall some of the acids and bases what we have seen in our tabular column. Welcome children, we are in the fourth part of our lesson, reaction of metals with water. Let us see how metals and non-metals react with water. Sodium metal is very reactive. It reacts vigorously with oxygen and water. A lot of heat is generated in the reaction. Such type of reactions we call it as exothermic reaction. Children, I want to tell you an important point. In the periodic table, we have 116 elements till now, and sodium and potassium are only highly reactive metals which are highly explosive in nature, and they cannot be caught with the hand or just touch them also. They should be always stored in kerosene or any of the fuels like coconut oil. To be demonstrated, see, we are going to perform an activity 4.5. Here you cannot take the sodium metal with the hand. So the teacher assistant should be there. So just I would like to explain. Take a small piece of sodium metal with the help of a tongs, children, which will be like a holder, and press it in the filter paper for more time without touching it. Now take 250 ml of a glass jar and fill half of it with water. Carefully put a small piece of sodium metal. Then you can just see there will be a small explosion which just it starts to glow. And now try to touch the test tube. What do you feel? Has the beaker become hot? Testing the solution? Yes. Now I say that when you put a small amount of sodium metal into the water, it causes a small explosion. Due to the highly reactivity of metals, especially the soft metals which can be cut with a knife, sodium and potassium causes an exothermic reaction and an explosion. If you observe, sodium metal reacts vigorously with water. Some metals do not react. For example, iron reacts with water slowly to form rust. That is, if you clean the metal or if you pour some water on the metal in one day, it will not be rusted. For a long number of days only, the iron gets rusted. Generally, non-metals do not react with water, though they may be very reactive in air. Such non-metals are stored in water. For example, as I told you about phosphorus, even though it is highly reactive non-metal, it catches fire if it is exposed to air. To prevent the contact of phosphorus with atmospheric oxygen, it should be stored in water. Not only metals, but there are few metals which are highly explosive. What is that? Phosphorus. Highly explosive or highly reactive metals are sodium and potassium. Highly reactive non-metals are phosphorus. Now let us see how they react with acids. We'll meet with the next session, children. Thank you. Please read the textbook. To join in the WhatsApp groups. I think it would be better so that we will not miss any of our lessons. So when you get biology and physics lessons, you can please ask Hari sir my number or ask sir to join me in your science groups so that there would be a better communication and no misunderstanding between me and you children. I think the parents can understand this.